All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the April Orange County Community Action Partnership Alliance meeting. We have a great lineup for you today. So we will go ahead and kick off introductions. So my name is Megan Langston. I am the chair of OCCAP and the chief community officer for Human Works Foundation. I also chair the Orange County Veterans and Military Families Collaborative Employment and Entrepreneurship Working Group, and then also work for Air Right, my family's HVAC and refrigeration company. So lots of hats, but they all align with workforce development and, helping give people employment opportunities. So within, high paying careers. So I'm glad to have you here today. I will go ahead and kick it over to Angie to introduce herself.
Awesome. Thanks, Megan. Hi, everyone. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Angie Connell, and I do work with Megan at Human Works and at OCCAP. You'll find me doing a lot of the client relations, behind the scenes things, constantly making connections. I sometimes do our virtual workforce development trainings that we have for customer service and sales, but Megan and I kind of do more of the behind the scenes stuff now, which is wonderful. We have a lot of things going on that we're really excited, hopefully, to share with all of you soon. And I will pass it over to Carol just to give a quick intro, even though you all usually, who are here all the time, know us very well by now. But another thing I will just mention, if you could please put your contact information in the chat, specifically if you have anything updated that we need to update our distribution list. And then if you have any flyers, Carol will be snagging those to put in our recap email. So Carol, I'll popcorn it over to you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Carol, and I am the admin assistant of Human Works Foundation and the OCCAP secretary. I'm the one responsible for our social media and sending you these reminder and recap emails. So feel free to send me your flyers if you would like us to share it on our socials. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Carol and Angie. You both do an amazing job. I will kick it over to Joe.
Good morning, everybody. Joe Balicki, retired assistant sheriff, and I now work for the CEO's office as part of the reentry team. And that's it.
Thanks, Joe. Do you want to give any updates when it comes to the OC Cares meeting that was last week?
Just a quick overview of what's going on. We have a resource center that's going to come online in Laguna Hills. It's on Verdugo. We've made some adjustments to that plan. Originally, probation was going to run it. We don't want that to be done that way. We want maybe Project Kinship to run it, so it's a little bit more trustworthy and friendly to our clients. They don't got to feel like they're going to get arrested every time they show up. But that's moving forward, and we think that it'll be open and running in August. And then I know, Megan, you've been participating in our community partnership meetings at probation once a month. This month's going to be on MOUs and contracts. So if you have any providers that are interested in working with the county, that would be a good time for them to come in and learn that. We will not do one in June, and then in July, we're going to be doing employment opportunities. So I know you guys, a lot of you focus on hiring and employment development. So that would be a great meeting for your staff and team to participate in as well. So other than that, that's about it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Joe. And the monthly meeting with probation is the third Thursday of every month. And I believe it's at 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. And it's only in person. So you can't join virtually. It's only in person. And it's kind of next to Theo Lacey. What's the building called again, Joe?
Gosh, it's MRC. It's something multi-purpose resource center or something like that. But it's a nice facility. There's plenty of parking. It's on the back. Like I said, it's adjacent to Lacey and Orangewood.
Yes, awesome. Thank you, Joe. Chelsea.
Thank you, Megan. Good morning, everyone. My name is Chelsea Gordon. I am the Community Outreach Coordinator with Twin Town Treatment Centers. We are an intensive outpatient treatment program for substance use disorders. We do have 6 locations, 3 in LA County, 3 in Orange County, services for adolescents as well as adults. We take all insurances except for Kaiser. We also work with Medi-Cal and Cal Optima. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. My email is in the chat. Thanks, Megan.
Awesome. Thank you, Chelsea. I will kick it over to Lori.
Hey, everybody. My name is Lori Friedman, and I'm with Family Financial Management. I am a financial coach. So any kind of questions that you may have or your clients have on pretty much anything financial, I can help. And as of today, I've been approved to also be one of the board members for the Fountain Valley Chamber of Commerce. So glad to be here. Hope I can be of service to you guys.
Awesome, and congratulations. Vida or Vida?
Hi, I'm with Hire. I'm an intern with Hire, and I'm just excited to see what's going on with all of our partners. And we have a resource fair coming up on May 10th. I can drop the flyer in the chat.
Awesome. Thank you. Next, I'll go to Vaughn.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Vaughn Bernardes. I am the program director at Carpenter Training Partners. We are located in Anaheim, and we are finishing our first cohort. They graduate next Friday at Cinco de Mayo. So we're gonna have some nice, tacos for everybody. And we're gonna start our second cohort May 11th, Thursday, May 11th. And we train anyone interested in going into carpentry. So it includes justice-involved individuals, people on probation, parole, military veterans, women, and youth. And I'm excited to say that we're going to kick off our first women's cohort in Lancaster on Monday. So thanks for having me.
Awesome. Congratulations, Vaughn.
Thank you.
Moving
Thanks,
and
Megan.
shaking. Jennifer.
Good morning. My name is Jennifer Simata. I'm a Army retired, 23 years in the Army. Of course, I retired right during COVID, so then I had to not find a job and just stay home. But I'm in Fountain Valley. I work for American Safety Group, which is a safety consulting company. So we're the people out there at the job sites and the hard hats and the reflective vests and making sure everyone's in compliance with OSHA. We are a veteran-owned business, a disabled veteran-owned business. About 50% of our company is veterans, mostly Marines. So we have, when I came on board, we had a program. We've got a couple cohorts where we took veterans or people who just were getting out of the military just immediately into our program. We teach them all sorts of OSHA, and then we take them out to the field. And then we help them with job placement and job training, resume writing, all that sort of thing. So we did it in San Diego a lot, but it's been a lot harder recently to find veterans in the Camp Pendleton area. So I live in Orange County, so I told my boss I would like to start looking more in Orange County for veterans. So that is what I connected with the Tierney Center, and they sent me to Megan, and then that's how I got to this meeting. So thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. Thank you for being here, Jennifer. And I know that you also said that you partnered with Faux Movement, who
Yes.
And did a cohort with them as well with
Correct.
safety training. So
yeah, we trained about 61 of their personnel. I think we have 6 right now out on job sites. So some of them just came for the training to add to their, their certain certificates they have. But yes, we did train about 60 of their personnel.
awesome. Thank you, Jennifer. And
Thank you.
I apologize if you hear dog snoring. That would be my French bulldog Moo, possibly barking in the background at some point. So here with me at the office. So Nisha. I will come back. Yanira.
Thank you, Megan. Good morning, everyone. I'm Janita Perez with Moms Orange County. At Moms, we serve pregnant women and fathers that are expecting a baby. We provide one-on-one case management, education, and resources. And we also provide classes such as childbirth preparation, Mommy and Me, and we have a Daddy's Boot Camp on site. And we also have a diaper bank and provide car seats and baby items for those that need it. So if you have a parent in need, we'll be happy to serve them. I'll go ahead and share our main line in the chat. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you. Nisha.
My apologies. I was working with my audio. I'm at another offsite location.
You're
so
good.
Thank you. So I apologize about that. My name is Nisha Jenkins, and I represent North Orange Continuing Education, which also encompasses our sister colleges, Cypress and Fullerton colleges. We focus on adult learning, but we have a host of wraparound services. We offer free resume writing, as well as high school diploma, ESL, citizenship. We have a Rotary program as well. And we have just a host of things I don't want to overwhelm, but my colleague Eric Diaz is also on the call, who is wonderful, who works directly in one of our departments. And I see one of our other colleagues from our Cypress College here as well. So we are here to serve the community. So any of our community partners that want to partner with us to do any job training or would like to host a actual career fair at our site, we're open to do that. We also are also willing to come out and do one-on-one informational sessions about all the services that we offer and how we may collaborate and service your distinctive clientele. And lastly, as a military spouse and dependent, I want to thank all of our military members who are on this call, and we appreciate everyone's service. And no bias against anybody who's from the Navy.
Oh, that's funny. Thank you so much, Nisha. And I'll go to your colleagues. I'll go to Eric first.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Nisha, for that rundown of what we can offer to the community. I just want to add that we are proud to announce that we recently acquired grant funding for a new program called the Rise Scholars, pardon me. And that is a extra layer of student support for formerly incarcerated students who are interested in getting their high school diplomas or GEDs or career technical education and following a career pathway. So again, we're happy to make that announcement about that new program.
Awesome, and congratulations to everyone over there for that success and being able to get that additional funding. That always helps being able to serve more individuals in the community, especially those that are just as involved, just as impacted. I will go to Matt next. So we'll keep it all in the family.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Matthew Macias. I work with the LIFE program at Cypress College. I'm a professional expert over there. Just like the NOCE, we did receive the Rising Scholars Network funds to be able to help formerly incarcerated. We were actually first in on the pilot programs that came out before the grant came to fruition. And we serve formerly incarcerated, system impacted, and people in recovery. We give, mentorship along with like helping students achieve what they're trying to achieve at the community college, whether that be a certificate, a degree track. We have an extensive network of CSU and UC partners. So we go to do tours at CSU Long Beach, CSU Fullerton. We just did a tour at UC Irvine. I was just at a conference at UC Riverside. And it's really just to show people who are formerly incarcerated that it's possible, right? Because I am someone who's formerly incarcerated, and like it's good to be able to relay the message of just being there and being present and just having these spaces to show people that it's possible to do something different. I mean, and we also do resource fairs and stuff like that as well. So I know last year it was an in-person resource and career fair at Cypress College. We had a bunch of different universities show up and some community partners show up to potentially have some new hires. And then this year we did our resource fair virtually. So it kind of has been going back and forth. We'll see where it's going to be at next semester.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Giovanna.
Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Giovanna Flores, and I am with Geo Reentry Services. I am the job developer here. We provide reentry services for those who are currently on parole. My specific role is to gather community resource in terms of employment and education for our participants.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Lisa.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. My name is Lisa Nomura. I serve as OCCAP's Community Engagement Specialist. I am also a formerly incarcerated woman who is very grateful to enjoy freedoms today. And one of those freedoms is I am also able to pursue my secondary education post-incarceration as a Project Rebound Scholar. I graduate next month with my bachelor's in human services. Very blessed and grateful for that. Yes, thank you so much. And I aim to continue my graduate work in public administration. And so I'm going through all of that process right now. Also, too, I'm a lived experience speaker that goes into Theo Lacey. And so very grateful to be able to engage in that work. And also, I consider myself a volunteer reentry advocate who continues to serve my formerly incarcerated community and connecting resources to my folks and lending support wherever needed. And thank you so much. Oh, and I would also like to thank Jennifer and the work that they've done within my Psalm 1 community and in the job training for the FO movement, which is, they're all my brothers, and I do consulting work for the FO. And so I'm very grateful for the work that they have done. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Lisa. Fred.
Thank you, Megan. My name is Fred Lapuzza. I'm the director for the Office of Restorative Justice with the Catholic Diocese of Orange. And we provide religious services in all the Orange County jails, juvenile detention facilities, and Orangewood Children's Home. In addition to that, we also work with the Catholic Legislative Network out of Sacramento, advocating for restorative justice legislation. And working closely with a lot of our, with the reentry work and the communities, community reentry organizations that are here in grant partnerships, like with Project Kinship as one of our former grant partners. And currently we have Hire and another one with Padres Unidos. And that's kind of it. I've been doing this work for about 34 years, started as a volunteer and still loving it. Thanks, Megan.
Awesome. Thank you so much for all your many years of hard work and dedication to the community. Daisy.
Good morning, everyone. Daisy Ramirez. I'm with the American Civil Liberties Union of Southern California. I'm a senior policy advocate and organizer, working with incarcerated folks who are having trouble while on the inside. We operate a hotline where people can call us collect and report any issues that they're having with conditions of confinement. Happy to be here.
Awesome. Thank you for being here, Daisy. Andrea.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Andrea. I'm an intern with Hire. Me and Vita are in the same organization now. And I'm just here listening in, wanting to learn, hear everybody out. And as she said, we have a resource fair coming up soon. So make sure to look at the flyer and invite anybody that may need anything from Hire. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Kathleen.
Yes, my name is Kathleen Green. I'm with the Orange County Probation Department. I am a supervisor in the AB 109 reentry unit. And we are a much kinder, gentler probation department. We do not arrest everyone that we come into contact with. Our focus is to reintegrate them back into the community so that they are productive members of society. So again, thank you for having us here today. And I'm looking forward to working with all of you in the future.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Jenilyn.
Hi, everyone. Jenilyn Santos with Chrysalis. I am the Community Engagement Coordinator for our Orange County office. If you haven't heard of Chrysalis, we are a nonprofit that is focused on helping individuals that may be experiencing low income, unhoused individuals or reentry individuals in addressing their barriers to employment through providing one-on-one support and resources. So whether that's transportation, interview clothing, you say they get a job and they need a work uniform or work boots or tools, things like that, or certain licenses and certifications, we can help them out with that. If you have any questions, I will put my information in the chat. I am always very, very happy to help. And we also have our transitional job program Roads, which is in partnership with Caltrans and Butte County Office of Education. And we're very happy to have that program. So if you have any questions about that and how to refer clients over, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jenilyn. I will go to Carla next.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Carla Reyna. I'm a community engagement manager with Unite Us. Unite Us, if you haven't heard of it, is a resource and referral network where you are able to find up-to-date resources, not only in Orange County, but across the nation, as well as sending direct referrals to partners that are in the network. So there's no cost for organizations that are nonprofits. So we welcome any of you that are interested in joining to join the network. You could reach out to me. I have my information in the chat, and we're happy to be partners with Human Works Foundation. So thank you, Megan.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. B. Rivera.
Hi, my name is Brandy Rivera. I work at Geo Reentry Services. We work with people that are on probation, so that population. We provide behavior change resources, and we also work with participants as in one-on-one sessions, so like case management meetings with them. We provide resources for employment. We also do substance abuse groups here in your management classes. So if you have a participant that's on probation, definitely work. Even if you do have a working relationship with the PO, definitely this could be another resource for them. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Hopefully I don't butcher her name, Melinda with Wise Place.
Hi, everyone. My name is Malena, and I'm one of the caseworkers here with Wise Place. So we can provide shelter for unaccompanied women, and we also provide rapid rehousing. Again, for unaccompanied women or for certain circumstances, we can work with single mothers who have survived domestic violence. I already put my information on the chat, but I'll go ahead and put it again. So if you have any questions or anyone that you would like to discuss, feel free to reach out. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Ashley. Maybe your sound or your mic is not working, Ashley. Let me see while she's fixing it. I think I got everyone in the virtual room. So let's continue to move on with the agenda. So I would like to introduce you to this month's ROI Return on Investment speaker, Robin McMaster. So Robin, thank you so much for being here and taking time out of your day to speak to us, to share a little bit about your journey, how you grew up, how you became justice involved, what led you to turn your life around and begin a different path, and what programs helped you and future plans and goals. So, and Nazi is the one that connected us. So I appreciate Nazi.
Hi, I'm Robin McMaster. I'll just give you a quick little rundown on myself. I wasn't ever in trouble, really. Maybe I got like a jaywalking ticket when I was younger. I didn't really get in trouble when I was little. And then I got married. I had a daughter at 18. And then I wasn't with the father. Then I got married when I was 26. And then when I was 34, his oldest child passed away. So it was kind of like my child passed away. And that led us into drug use. And I got in trouble for, ever since I started using drugs, I just kept getting in trouble for little things. So I would get a ticket here, a ticket there. And then it just led up to getting like a felony for drugs. And then I had gotten just a bunch of like stupid trouble. So my mom then took my kids I got arrested for ammunition possession and billy club. So that was prison, definite prison sentence. So I got a sentence to a year in prison. My husband also got sentenced at the same time to a year in prison, and we were on drugs the entire time. I would pray for like to be able to quit doing drugs, but I just couldn't. And then I got sent to prison. And I was like, holy crap, this is a horrible answer to my prayer, but it worked. I was then in prison for a year. All my stuff was in storage. I lost everything. So when I got out, I had nothing, no ID, no birth certificate. If you're not in prison long enough, they won't get you a birth certificate or a driver's license. So when I was released from prison, I had $200, no ID, no place to go, no birth certificate, and so scared because I did not want to use drugs again. So when I was in prison, I was contacting and I didn't know that AB 109 had so much to offer because no one explained that to me. So I got out of, when I was in prison, I was contacting like sober livings, just like maybe I could live there while I was on probation, but I didn't have any money. So I get out, I go to my probation officer, and I had no place to go, and she offered me nothing. And I was like, well, I don't know where I'm going to be staying. She's like, okay, well, just make sure you get here next week. And at the time that I got out, AB 109 was like fresh. It was like 2017. So it was pretty new. So I took my $200, bought a cell phone, and I slept at the Vons in Glendora. And I was contacting all of these sober livings with no money. And then finally I spoke to a lady. I told her I would do anything. I would pay her back. I would do her yard work. She let me move in without any money. So I lived there at this sober living, and there was bed bugs. It was horrible, but it was way better than being on drugs. So I then started going to meetings so that, because I was in sober living, I was going to meetings at the Alano Club. I met a lady who started a sober living in Glendora or in Covina, and she actually took AB 109, and she kind of explained to me what AB 109 was. And she was like, yeah, I have AB 109. I'm opening today my sober living. It was Pathways Sober Living. And I was like, wow, this is great. There's going to be no bed bugs. I'm not going to have to worry about my rent. I'm just going to be able to focus on myself and get my kids back. So I then moved there, and from there, I feel like at that point, they still don't offer you that much because they don't offer you anything unless you ask for it, and you don't ask for it because you don't know about it. So I then went, I was working every job I could without an ID and a birth certificate for like 90 days. Then I got my birth certificate, my ID. And I had to refine some sort of a career that I could get into with a felony. So I joined the union. I was a CW in the union, and I just kept looking for a better position. I got a really good job at a electrical shop, and they asked me, did I want to step in and work in the office? And I was like, because I didn't really want them to run my background, because in the union, they don't run your background. You can be whoever you are and still get the same pay as somebody who doesn't have a background. And I then was like, might as well try it. So I let them run it, and they accepted it. But in my position, I can't, I have to have like a port card. So I don't know if I would be able to work at the airport or work at the airport or the Port of Authority. I don't know if my background would let me do that, but I just think like the way that I didn't reoffend was because I was just determined. And if I had if there were more resources out there that I knew of, because no one really tells you anything, depending on your sentence length, my probation officer didn't really offer me anything. I just had to find it myself and get it myself, because I knew I didn't want to ask anybody for help because I got myself into that situation. But if there were programs, I would have sought that help so I didn't have to ask anybody that I knew or, but I mean, I believe that AB 109 really helps people. I also believe that like sober living, people who are just getting out of prison, sober living, if they have any sort of drug background, that sober living has helped. I stayed there my entire probation just so that I wouldn't lose track. And I got out in 2018, so that's been, you know, 5, 6, almost 6 years. And I'm gonna try to start to get my record expunged so that I can apply for not apply, but keep moving up in my career. Because I'm 45, so I have some time to do that. But that's really my story. If you guys have any questions, I can answer them.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your story, Robin, and, you know, just being so transparent about, you know, what led you to be, you know, incarcerated, which was, you know, drugs. It's a very, unfortunately, common thing. But I think also you sharing the struggles that you had when you got out, right? Not understanding what resources were out there that you could use and be able to help support, you know, being able to transition back into the community. And I want to applaud you that with my snoring French bulldog in the background for your, you know, persevering amongst, you know, some of the obstacles that you faced, and just seeing that, you know, going back to drugs wasn't an option for you. Staying sober was the only option, and really just moving towards that. So thank you so much. Does anybody have any questions for Robin, or would like to share anything with her? I know there's some stuff in the chat going, like Angie said, this is why justice impacted folks are vital to reentry world. We need to provide more information and not just the bare minimum to reduce recidivism. So, you know, Chelsea said, thank you. Daisy saying things, thank you for sharing. And same with Fred, that you, your inspiration. And Eric said, you know, thank you for the insights. So yeah, anybody else want to verbalize anything besides me? If not, no big deal, but just want to allow that opportunity for everyone to be able to say anything.
I also wanted to say, now that like fentanyl is everywhere, and since sober livings have impacted my life, I try to go to the sober livings that I was in and offer them CPR certification, because I feel like people just don't know how or what to do if someone overdoses, and CPR could help. So I try to give that to people as well, because I feel like I just want to help them, because drug addicts are just, sometimes you feel like there's no way out, and you feel like there's no way out because you don't know that there's help. So I try to help them in that aspect, just in case they're around other people who are doing drugs, and maybe they can save their life with CPR.
That's awesome. I appreciate you sharing that with me. And then also, you know, you just are continuing to give back, and that you know, we like to say at CAP that if you're giving back, you're most likely not going to be going back, because it helps recharge your battery and keeps you accountable too. So yeah, so I really appreciate that. If there's no other comments, questions.
I have one.
Oh, we've got 2 people.
I wanted to tell you, Robin, thank you for the work that you do, and thank you for finding your passion beyond incarceration and giving back to our community. And, you know, I really appreciate you and your story, and it's a lot like mine, because again, I grew up the same way. I was a good girl, but then I had babies very young, and just my life just ended up taking a detour, and now, you know, my incarceration is part of my experience and my history, but it's definitely not defining me today. And so I'm just happy to see another person continue to thrive outside of prison and outside of just living an amazing life. So thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for the work you do. I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
I just wanted to say thank you to Robin. Yes, you truly are an inspiration. And it's thanks for being vulnerable and sharing your story and those different steps of your story. Sometimes we don't always get to hear those kind of details from. But another thing too is that you mentioned that the AB 109 was helpful for you, and that's one of the restorative justice measures that we lobbied for, along with like later on Prop 47. And it's good to hear that those things have made an impact on folks like you and anybody else that it's out there that it's helped, because most of what we hear in the media is all negative. That it's actually causing more crime and stuff. And of course, we know different. So it's good. I'm glad you were able to share that with us today too. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Well, thank you. We will continue to move on with our agenda. Do we have Carlos and Anthony here?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. I will give you permission to, I'll share, stop sharing my screen and I'll let you share your screen. So thanks, Anthony.
Yeah, no worries. Let me see if Carlos is on here. 1 second. Let's see here. How do I do this? Well, I'll just go in and start explaining to you guys. I don't know where Carlos is here with the template. But so basically I work with the All For You Foundation that I started a couple back in November of last year. What we do and where we started was we started with working with the ACP program, where the ACP program is part of the Lifeline phones that Biden had passed and that we're all familiar with, the free phones that people are getting out there. Now, what this ACP is the Affordable Connectivity Program. And what that does is it allows all of these families to stay connected to the internet. And we all know how important the internet is these days and staying connected, especially within this new world that we live in. As far as applying for jobs, finding jobs, even learning new things, we all need to stay connected. And with the pandemic, they rolled out this program because they saw how beneficial it was to these kids to be able to go home and do their research and have their homework at home. Well, unfortunately, especially in the county that I live in, which is San Bernardino County, there is a lot of kids that they consider homeless. And homeless doesn't necessarily mean they live on the streets, but it means that they don't have their own room. They're sleeping on a couch. They don't have a place that is stable. They're moving from house to house. So what they did is they rolled out this tablet program where they give you, they allow you to, for anybody that's on a government program like WIC, SNAP, any veterans, Section 8 housing, can all qualify for free 5 gigs of internet per month. And what this does is they attach it to a tablet. So what we've gone and done is we've reached out to schools. We did El Monte High School, we did Ontario Montclair School District, and we're able to pass out. We had 30,000 flyers go out, and we were able to hand out all of these tablets to these kids and connect them to the internet. So now when they go home, we've had parents. We were at Stanton the other day at the Easter egg hunt, and one of the ladies that I had met was telling me that her kid, they only have one computer at home, and so with her 3 kids, they're always fighting over who was going to get to use a computer for their homework. And what this tablet did is it allowed them to open up another line of connection for them. Now, after meeting Angela and Megan, they'd really gone in depth and told me the situations here, and hearing Robin's story, we really want to offer these out to everybody in these situations because of how beneficial it is. People don't realize that when you have these tablets and you're able to connect to the internet, not only not only can you learn a new skill, there's so many ways out there to get you back on your feet. And there's so many ways of researching and figuring out what is out there to help you. A lot of these phones that they're giving people aren't very good. So at the end of the day, essentially what we're doing is we're offering these tablets to anybody that's coming out, that's been incarcerated, because anyone that's on Medi-Cal or Medicare qualifies. And so once they get out, we're able to offer them these tablets. And with these, after hearing Robin's story, I think it would be quite a good idea to put a lot of resources with the tablet where they can reach out, they can see, like there's courses, I've taken courses on Udemy that are all free that teach you so many new skills that people didn't even know existed. You can learn so many different things with these, and it'll give you a little more confidence when you're transitioning into the workforce with just learning these different skills. And offering these resources with the tablet, I think might be pretty beneficial to people that have been incarcerated for so long. They might be given a direction to go in with the sober living homes in the area, where to apply for jobs, maybe skill sets that they can pick up. So it's something that we wanted to offer to this entire program, which I think might be great for you guys.
Yeah, thank you, Anthony. I know, I think Carlos must be a little maybe stuck in traffic or something. The virtual traffic, right?
Right.
But one thing that I would like to kind of share with everyone, a question that came up while I was talking with Anthony and Carlos was, hey, with these different transitional homes or sober living homes, obviously an address is going to get flagged. So he's already looking at that, how do we overcome that obstacle?
Yeah.
So that we can get tablets into the hands of the individuals that they really need it. And if you think about it, they're going to be centralized in these sort of facilities,
yeah,
homes. So that is something that he's already working on. Lisa.
Hi, Anthony. Thank you for the work that you're doing. I was wondering what areas your service covers county-wise.
We cover the entire nation. So this is a program rolled out. The ACP program is the Affordable Connectivity Program that Biden rolled out a few years ago. And it's nationwide, Puerto Rico and US Virgin Islands. So I've had a school district in Ohio that I sent a bunch of tablets to, because we're able to mail them out as well. Not only can we deliver them in person, but we can mail them out to anywhere in the country.
And the qualifications is only if as long as they fit the criteria of being formerly incarcerated or
no, so it's not even that. It's anybody that's on any sort of government program, which people that are like the homeless shelters require you to have Medicare or Medi-Cal in order to stay there. So everybody that stays at the homeless shelter automatically qualifies. So it's Medicare, Medi-Cal, WIC, SNAP, Section 8 housing, any veterans get it, Social Security, if you're on Social Security, and then I mean there's
can they get it if they're on GR and CalFresh?
yes.
Okay, thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Not to run over Anthony, but they had given me so much information during our initial meeting that even folks with Pell Grants qualify. So any formerly incarcerated person that believes the myth they don't qualify for Pell Grants, you do. So even I could get it because at one point I qualified for a Pell Grant. Maybe not now, but I think just have a really big vision of this. If you're a marginalized background, you qualify, which is freaking awesome. I know we're recording, but this is fabulous. So
and there's so many online, what we were doing with the school districts to help these students not just be on YouTube all day long, is we were sending them home with flyers. So when they opened up the tablet, they instantly get a flyer that shows them all of the free educational platforms that they can download, apps like Duolingo, reading apps, the PBS network it's like a science network. There's so many free ones for kids, but there's also that for adults, like Udemy. There's master classes. There's all kinds of stuff that can teach you about credit, finance, and how to get things in order and stuff. A lot of stuff they don't even teach you in school. So it's really beneficial as far as just being able to get on your feet and learning and getting that confidence to get back into the workforce and having that confidence in yourself to get back out there, because that's the most important thing.
I'm sure your presentation or the template you were waiting on had your contact info. Can we have that?
Yeah, I'll put it in here for you guys.
Yeah. And then also Human Works will be somewhat, maybe easiest way to describe it is like a distributor. So we're going to be entering into a relationship with them. So if you are looking to kind of partner and do something similar to that, we are going to be getting allotted 50 tablets a month to be able to distribute out to the community. So if you know a client that needs one, more than happy to go through the process. We're getting put on we're registering for an account so that we can continue on that relationship. So I know we've had a couple hands raised. I know that Giovanna had her hand raised, and then Nisha also has her hand raised.
Yes, I just wanted to know how we can get our participants connected to you, and
How to get what?
our participants to get into the program or be able to
Yeah, so you can contact me, or like Megan said, they're going to be distributing as well. You can contact me directly if you need to, or you can contact Megan. She's going to have some tablets, but we can chat via email, and then I can connect with you and get you set up as a distributor if that's what you wanted, and get you guys going.
Thank you.
Yeah, especially for the continuing education. That's what organization she's connected with. This would definitely help her clients, with their education. So yeah. Awesome. Giovanna, did your question get answered? Because I know you had your hand raised. Yeah, it did. Okay, cool. What other, did you have another question, Nisha?
Oh, I didn't ask the first one.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's okay. Giovanna went first. Thank you for this great presentation. My follow-up question is, my understanding there was a past enrollment fee. Is that still the case? Okay. And if that is still the case, is there a subsidy for persons who are looking or who may not have that enrollment fee?
Yeah, so what we've done is I opened the nonprofit because there is an enrollment fee. There's normally an enrollment fee of a minimum of $11. And what I did is I opened the nonprofit, and what the nonprofit does is it raises money via small businesses, big corporations, and from there we cover that copay, which they call it the copay. So we'll cover that $10 or $11 so that you get it for free.
And then is that based on, just a quick follow-up, is that based on applicable funds that are available based on the funds that are raised?
Yes, so the money that I raise goes to paying for the copay. It's normally like $11, $11 to $20 is what people are charging. The FCC requires that we charge at least $11. So what I've done is I open the nonprofit, we raise the money, and every time we give a tablet out, that money goes to the distribution company, which is Sarver Wireless, and because they have to accept that and have it for their audit, for their books. So it goes from the nonprofit to the distribution company.
Okay, and then annually, is there a fee afterwards? And then if the person goes over the allotted gigabytes that are included with the tablet, how does that work?
Yeah, so good question. It is free. You just have to re-enroll every year so the government knows that you're still part of the program, because the government is paying T-Mobile monthly for you to have this service. So if you don't use it, you have to at least watch one video every single month to keep it active. If they see that it's stagnant and it's not working, they're not going to pay the fee to T-Mobile to keep it active, because then they're just wasting their money. So, and then at the end of the year, all you have to do is re-register. You get a tablet discount once a year. So every year you can reuse that tablet discount again to get a new tablet if something happens to it, because you only get one tablet for the year. They won't cover it if something breaks or anything of that sort. But at the end of the year, you can reuse that again to get another one for free.
Great question. So
you.
do they get an email like notification saying it's time to like
Yeah, so the
re-register?
email, so the email that they sign up with they will get a notification and lets them know like, hey, you need to re-register, and they can easily come back to the website and we can get them going again.
Awesome. Cool. Anybody else have any questions? No. Well, Anthony put his information in the chat, but as he, said, and as I mentioned, HumanWorks, it can also help connect your clients. In the meantime, too, we'll most likely be starting in, I think, June or the end of May, Anthony. So, just kind of let us know. But once we don't want to hold up the rest, and I think Anthony, you did a great job without a PowerPoint. So I think everyone got the gist. Everyone, they're all enticed, and I know that for everyone on this meeting, they have a client that can use this.
Awesome.
This
yeah,
program.
let me know. We're definitely here. We want to help you guys. And like I said, I think there's a lot out there that could be taught just from these applications that teach all these. There's so many free applications with free courses and free everything to get your confidence back and get some new skill sets.
Yes, awesome. Like we'll be using it with all of our training programs with all of our clients that go through our training. So that's how we're going to be utilizing it, because all of our clients qualify under the LA Rise program up in LA. So yeah, so thank you so much, Anthony. And you got to steal the show from Carlos, even though I know he is the more he definitely is more of a talker. But you did a great job, and appreciate all that you're doing for the community. So I will go ahead and we will continue on with the agenda. And it seems like we're going to end early, which is even better. But that also leaves time for additional people to share any things that they didn't share at the beginning of the meeting. So we will go to updates. All right. So we did not go inside the jails this month. Just this month just like flew by. But we are working to a lot of our individuals needed to get their clearance done again. So we're kind of in this limbo and then not being able to schedule anyone that has a current clearance right now. So it's but we're getting through it, and we'll be able to get in there so soon, hopefully. And there is the volunteer picnic. So a lot of your organizations, you probably have some programs are connected to some programs that do go inside the LAC. So there is that volunteer picnic that's going to be in January, or I'm sorry, in June. So we also have the CAP flyers. So I know that there's some newer partners in here. So I would love to add you to the flyer. So when I do go inside with our lived experience speaker, that I can share the resources that your organizations provide. So that I can share with them some of, I know a lot of your organizations, you may already go inside in some capacity, but there's a difference when we're speaking to them inside the different programs, maybe versus when you're speaking to them. And it's just having that voice, the lived experience speaker. They go first. They're really they're sharing their story. So it really opens up the door for them to see the possibility of these resources, and that they really can help them. So please email me or Carol, so that way we can send you the survey link so that you can be added to the flyer. And then I know we have a couple individuals with Hire here today. And so Hire has their second annual reentry resource fair, which is going to be at the Honda Center. So it happens to be the same day as the PAC meeting. So they're kind of combining the two. So if you are involved with the PAC meetings, just know that if you haven't received an email from Agent Tong, that you will, saying that it's going to be they're combining it with the higher resource fair. So just kind of wanted to give everyone a heads up about that. Does anyone from higher, I know we had two ladies here, want to add anything else, want to speak to? I have the flyer up here.
If anybody is interested in either being involved in the resource fair or being involved in the youth resource fair, which is coming up on June 22nd, I can put in some our volunteer contact information.
Awesome, thank you. And where's the youth one going to be at in June?
I'm not 100% on that off the top of my head.
Okay, no worries. Sorry to put you on the spot there.
Okay.
And so let's see now, does anybody else have any other events that are coming up that they would like to share with the group?
Yes, Megan, I do. If no one else is going, I placed our flyer in the chat, and I want to kind of go back to Robin and thank you for sharing her story and being so transparent and vulnerable about it. It's very, very helpful for community organizations to understand the lived experience, so that way we can address and develop programming that address the needs of our community members. So thank you so much for that. In keeping with that, during Robin's story, she mentioned about how she lost her kids, and I'm sure that created some family dynamics that has been a challenge as a mom. But we have a parenting conference that's coming up, and I put it in the flyer, and we're talking about that whole day is trauma-based communities, and in particular dealing with parents and dealing with trauma with their children. So having a parent go to and be formerly or incarcerated or going or being incarcerated or justice impacted is really important. So I welcome all of our community partners to take a look at our flyer and register. It is free to register. It is free to attend. And all we're just asking you to come listen. You can certainly bring your community resources or reach out to me and get them sent to me if you're unable to attend that day. Parking is included, and we just want to be a resource to the community. So we would love anyone who's interested in expanding that and learning more to how to be a better advocate for their clients or to or their agencies who are developing particular program in regards to trauma impacted persons. We'd love to have you. And then lastly, the other thing I didn't get a chance to say during my initial presentation, in regards to our institution in particular, all of our programming is completely free, tuition free, books are free. And so we, as Robin shared in her story, when she came out of prison, she didn't have very many resources. And so we are here as an institution a lot. Like many of you, we offer our students and we meet them where they are, making sure that they have a total wraparound service that are free of cost. And if it's something that we can't supply for them, then we work with our community partners in order to get them a resource. So I just wanted to make sure that I was able to add that. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you.
Hey, Megan, I just wanted to say, somebody was asking about that, the youth job fair that's coming up. You were asking where it's going to be held. It's in Santa Ana.
Okay.
I don't have the address right on me, but I know it's off of 17th and Wright Street. It's in a parking lot behind the organization there that's putting it on, Project Youth.
Okay.
And the date is June 22nd.
Awesome.
And I think it starts like later in the afternoon, some like mid-afternoon sometime, and goes into the, I think, early evening.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate you providing additional follow-up information, Fred. So before we end today's meeting, we are still looking for sponsors so that we can help find more return on investment ROI speakers. They're taking time out of their day, so we would like to provide them with a gift card of some denomination so that it can help. So a lot of them are working or maybe in between jobs, and so if your organization would like to partner with us and be able to provide a gift card of some denomination for the ROI speakers, we would welcome that. So please send me an email if you would like to support the individuals for their time. Other than that, if no one else has anything else they would like to share, thank you for being with us this month, and always love ending meetings early, give you 30 minutes of your day back. Our next meeting is going to be Wednesday, May 31st, via Zoom, same time, 10 to 11:30. So we would love to have you all join us again. And if there's ever anything that we can do for you, please feel free to reach out to myself, Angela, or Carol, or even Lisa with Human Works or OCCAP, so that we can get out the word on any events that are happening, or if you need some additional support, maybe we can blast it out to the community. So thank you so much for your time, and I hope you have a great rest of your day and your week, and look forward to seeing you again soon. And thank you again to Robin. I think she already hopped off, and Anthony for being this month's featured speakers. So thank you so much for presenting.
Thanks, Megan. Bye, everyone.